What is going on, gang? Today, I'm going to be showing y'all what I eat in a week. More specifically, how I meal prep for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I don't really meal prep breakfast, but I eat the same thing every single day. It takes me like 5-10 minutes to cook. And I eat the same lunch and dinner just about every other day, or every single day, unless it's a cheat day or a cheat meal. Not a cheat day. We don't have full-blown cheat days. We have a cheat meal. But that's besides the point. I've had several people ask me, what I eat in a day, what I eat in a weekend. I guess I never really felt the need to address it because I think it's so simple. To me, I think it's common sense. But I have to remind myself that I've been doing this for a long time. And some of you guys just now starting off on this whole fitness journey thing, and you're trying to figure out how to take the first step. So that's what I want to do today. So we're going to talk a little bit about how to track your meals, how to eat in a caloric deficit. That's what we got to do if we want to get lean, right? Because I am currently in a little bit of a cut right now. So the meals I'm showing you today, the proportions that I eat, is going to be based off me while I'm eating in a cut. So you'll have to adjust the proportions. This isn't a meal plan. This is just me showing you how I meal prep, how I prep my meals for the entire week, and what I eat across the entire week. And by the way, look, I know I sound nasally. I'm sick as crap. We also picked up some Dayquil from the grocery store. I don't know what's wrong with me. I feel like crap. But the show must go on. You guys asked for content. You asked for this stuff. So I got to give it to you, regardless of how I feel. So, starting off with breakfast. I have eaten the same breakfast just about every single day for the past 3 or 4 years. It hasn't changed very much. Every once in a while, I will change my carb source, but we're starting off with eggs. I eat 3 whole eggs with 3 egg whites, or 3 servings of egg whites. These are from Kroger. If you have a Publix where you're at, they have similar things. Kroger, Publix, Walmart has the same type of stuff, and it's not focusing. Why is it not focusing? Why is it not? There we go. There we go. But yeah, egg whites. Any brand will do. It's all egg whites. Or if you want to just crack open a real egg and put real egg whites in there, that is okay as well. Just whatever you want to do. But yeah, 3 whole eggs with 3 egg whites every single morning. I'm going to eat a little bit or 1 serving of cheese. So that's about 1/4 cup of cheese in my eggs every single morning. And for my carbs, I eat this Dave's Killer Bread. 21 whole grains. They have a bunch of different kinds. I like the 21 whole grains. It's probably, if you're gonna eat bread, this is probably some of the healthiest bread, but I'll be honest with you, I really don't prescribe to all the different little things they have in the health industry right now. I know it may sound bad because I'm a exercise scientist guy, I'm a big fitness guy, I focus on my nutrition, but I'm not the type of guy that's gonna micro-examine the nutrition label to look for the littlest, the freaking seed oils, the dyes, there's so many different things that are hot topics right now about things that can kill you or things that are unhealthy. And if you try to avoid every bit of these little things you see on the market, on the internet, you're going to drive yourself crazy. So yes, to my next point, I also have these that have enriched flour in it. And yes, it's not the healthiest thing, but in reality, I'm trying to get lean, and I care about the calories and the protein, carbs, fat, etc. I don't care about little tiny things. Maybe if I wanted to biohack and try to preserve my health as long as possible, maybe I will get into that one day in the future. But right now, I'm trying to get lean. If I'm trying to get lean, I'm not focused on every little minor detail, what's in each and every freaking bit of food. I will drive myself crazy. So you should not do that either if you want to keep your sanity. But anyways, back to my point. Breakfast, we're going to eat 3 whole eggs with 3 servings of egg whites. I'm going to eat some cheese in those eggs, also with some Dave's Killer Bread, 21 whole grains. And I'm going to put some of this Danish Creamer's butter on there. And every once in a while, I will eat these bagels with my breakfast instead of my toast with butter. But most of the time I eat that. Normally I get these bagels for my pre-workout meal. So these aren't typically breakfast. Every once in a while I eat them for breakfast, but normally they're for my pre-workout meal. And I'll put some of this Philadelphia cream cheese on that thing too, to make it all delicious and stuff like that. So I'll put some cream cheese on a bagel for my pre-workout meal. But let me try to stay in order here. I'm getting off track. But breakfast, butter and toast with eggs and cheese. Now look, when we get to lunch and dinner, this is where it gets really freaking boring. We got chicken breasts. I'm gonna show y'all how I cook this here in a second. But we got chicken breast. This is about 6 total pounds. I believe this pack is 320 and this pack is like 367. So, oh wait, we got like almost 7 pounds of chicken breast. We got 7 pounds of chicken breast. I eat about a pound of chicken breast per day. So that's why I try to get anywhere between 6 to 7 pounds. And the thing is, normally I try to get minimum 6. I guess I counted wrong today in the store. Thought I had 6 pounds, but I got 7. But I normally try to get at least 6 because that way I can eat my 6 days, a pound of chicken 6 days a week, and I have that one cheat meal. When I have that one cheat meal, I try to make it a high protein cheat meal. So that's my last meal of the day. I may eat breakfast and that cheat meal, and that's it. And I'm still somewhat around my proper macros, even with the cheat meal, because I skipped that last meal of the day. But typically on a normal day that it's not a cheat day, on a normal day where I'm not cheating, I'm going to have 2 meals of your chicken breasts. I'm at breakfast, first meal of the day. Then I'm going to have my chicken breasts and rice for lunch and dinner. You may be asking, Elijah, do you just cook rice all the time? Do you cook like pounds and pounds of rice? And maybe that is the optimal way if you're trying to save every penny, if you're trying to be, most healthy, if you want to avoid all the little microchemicals. So I'm not saying that it's not a good thing to avoid all the chemicals. I'm very well aware that if you avoid some of these things that have long names on the back of the label, it's pretty much poison. I know that if you avoid all that, you're gonna be healthier. You're avoiding some of these things that may possibly cause cancer. Who knows? Some studies say they do. Some studies say it's complete garbage. Who knows? Believe what you want to believe. But I am not gonna spend all day cooking rice. Nor do I even know how to cook rice without it sticking to the pan. So I get your old Uncle Ben's ready rice here. 90-second rice. I do that. And you see here that I have multiple different flavors. This is how I keep my sanity when I'm eating clean. I have my coconut jasmine, roasted chicken, long grain and wild, and cilantro lime rice. And all these different flavors provide a little bit of variety, so I don't go crazy trying to eat clean. It's just the little bit of changing in flavor is enough to keep me sane. And you'll also see that I got sweet potatoes here because every once in a while, well, I only have 4 packs here, so I'll eat half a pack with each meal. So I eat half a pack with lunch, half a pack with dinner. So I go through a pack a day if I'm eating rice that day. However, if I decide to eat sweet potatoes, I'll chop this up and I'll weigh it out. Typically, I eat about 10 ounces of sweet potatoes per meal for lunch and dinner. Or maybe if it's just one meal, I'll just eat 10 ounces of sweet potatoes. And I try to save my sweet potatoes for the days where I'm like really craving something different. Normally, I can get through about 3 or 4 days of just eating the same chicken and rice every single day, change up the flavors. But eventually I'm like, all right, I want to cook something hot, make myself feel like I'm eating a little bit different. In that case, I'll pull out the sweet potatoes. And another thing that I do with my chicken is I get some of this Chick-fil-A honey mustard. And it's not terrible on macros. There's definitely worse sauces you can buy. Only 60 calories. I love my sauce. I used to, if I wasn't trying to get lean, I would eat Chick-fil-A. I'd eat the Chick-fil-A sauce. Chick-fil-A sauce. That was funny. But the Chick-fil-A sauce actually has like 130 calories per serving, whereas the honey mustard sauce only has 60. So just a micro adjustment there to save up on my calories overall since I am trying to cut. And that's pretty much it when it comes to what I eat an entire day. Now you'll notice I have a couple of other things here. I have some blackberries here because I do try to get some type of whole natural nutrients into my body. And I'm also having every once in a while I'll have a sweet tooth and I'll just crave something sweet. In that case, I'll pull out some blackberries or some Granny Smith apples. One of these two usually suffice my sweet craving. And I didn't put these, oh, and now look at that. These just popped up out of nowhere. Kidding, I went and grabbed them and I cut that part out. But now these cherries, I eat these things every single night. One, because I love cherries, but 2, because they have natural melatonin in them. And if you don't know what melatonin is, that's the stuff that makes you sleepy at night. So you eat some cherries, only 90 calories for I think like 160 grams of cherries, which is a big bowl. 140 grams of cherries is only 90 calories. That is insane. That's a big bowl of cherries. So it kind of doesn't fill you up, but it's like a pretty big snack to have. And it's delicious. Cures my sweet tooth. then I can go to bed in peace. Another thing you'll see on my grocery list is this ratio yogurt. Not sure if you'll focus on that, but ratio yogurt here. It's delicious. It has 25 grams of protein in it, only 170 calories. This is another one of those things that I keep in my back pocket at all times. Not literally. I don't literally keep it in my back pocket at all times. That'd be weird walking around with yogurt in my back pocket, but I keep it in my fridge in case a day comes where, one, I'm rushing. Maybe I wake up late for some reason. That never happens, but maybe for some reason I wake up late, or I mess up and forget that I don't have meals prepped out. I just need to have some protein, need to have some type of meal of some kind. I have nothing else, I go for some yogurt. So this is like my emergency trick. Keep 5 of these, well, about 5 of these. I don't eat them every single day. Like I said, it's an emergency, just in case I need like a quick snack, or I'm behind on my protein for some reason. I didn't prepare properly. Mistakes happen. I'm not perfect. But yeah, that's my sweet snack along with my fruit. And guys, that's pretty much it. Whoa. I forgot one big important piece. Now, this right here, this bad boy, the monsters, these right here are my lifesaver. Without caffeine, I drink one of these things every single day, sometimes twice a day. And that is because without caffeine, I don't think I'd be able to operate. Especially when you're on a cut and you're already in a calorie deficit, you're not giving your body enough carbohydrates, enough energy that it needs to stay awake and stay energetic and stay, at the peak, at the top of your game. It's going to be very hard. So the caffeine really does a great job of blunting that hunger and giving your body some artificial energy. Now look, there's going to be guys here that are going to watch this video that are health gurus and like, oh my gosh, Monster has some stuff in it that you shouldn't drink and has all this bad stuff that causes hemorrhoids and causes cancer and causes gonorrhea and all type of stuff. But I don't care. I'm not going that crazy. Our ancestors, bro, your great granddad used to, when they were building the freaking Eiffel Tower, all the skyscrapers, they smoked 20 packs of cigarettes a day. And they had a bottle of whiskey in their back pocket. And they are freaking, I don't know how many freaking stories, 20 dozens of stories there are above the air, basically doing drugs, smoking cigarettes, and being drunk, building freaking concrete buildings with no type of safety harness on. And you're worried about a freaking red dye killing you. Dog, tighten up. Tighten up. It is not that deep. Sure, it might, maybe a study will come out that proves it 100% correct with no shadow of a doubt, and maybe I'll be more precise as far as what chemicals I put in my body. But there's way more things to freaking stress out about than little chemicals that you're gonna find in your food. I try my best. I do try my best to avoid the little things, but like I said, I don't stress myself out about it. A lot of times, caffeine is my lifesaver. I have to wake up in the morning to perform, and I'm running on caffeine right now. Maybe there'll be one day, where I get enough of you guys watching my YouTube videos and buying my workout programs and my nutritional guides, or hiring me as your coach, that I can quit my full-time job. And I can optimize my sleep so I don't have to drink so much caffeine. Maybe, just maybe, that'll happen. Now this isn't a video about supplements, caffeine, seed oils, or red dye, or anything like that. So I'm gonna get off of that topic and just show y'all how I cook my chicken, because that's the only thing that I'm actually prepping. My rice is ready rice, microwave 90-second rice. It's already cooked. Just pop it in the microwave, bro. You gotta cook that. I just sneezed like 12 times. But anyways, the only thing I cook every single day, the only time I cook every single day is for breakfast. I cook it fresh every day because I don't like breakfast burritos, nothing like that. But if you want to prep your breakfast too, you could buy some tortilla wraps and just cook your breakfast all at once. Cook like freaking 18, 20 eggs at once with some egg whites and roll it into little tortillas, and that's your breakfast. Or you could just eat one of those ratio yogurts. One of these ratio yogurts. That's also a good breakfast option. But that's pretty much it. I cook my breakfast fresh every single day, and I cook my chicken, my main protein source for the week, once, usually on Sundays. And sometimes I may have to cook twice if I don't buy no chicken, and for some reason the chicken I bought just evaporates all water out of it when I put it in the oven or grill. But typically I cook my chicken, my main protein source, that once a week on Sunday. So that's what I'm about to do now. I think I've covered everything that I have on this table as far as what I eat in a week. And yeah, I guess I'll show you how to season chicken and put it in the oven. Just realized I didn't really talk about this Ghost protein powder. And honestly, I don't really drink much of a protein shake ever. I haven't really used this in probably over a month, but I keep it on me just in case I'm out of yogurt or I want something sweet, or I just need to get some protein in quick for some reason. I just didn't hit my goal, but every once in a while I'll use this, but not very often. So I guess that's why I forgot about it. But yeah, there's that. All right, so I'm trying to put all this on one pan so I can just bake it all at once. But it looks like I'm gonna have to bake most of this in the oven and then cook the other two on the stove top here. And normally, if I get around 6 pounds, I can just put it all in this one pan and it fits perfectly fine on the pan in the oven. But like I said, today I messed around and did my math wrong and counted 7 pounds. Because I'm not using this as an excuse. I'm normally way more organized, but today I'm sick. I feel like crap. My brain is just not functioning properly. So, gonna season this all together. Pop in the oven at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for about 22 to 24 minutes. I'm gonna pop it out, check the temperature. If it's at 165 degrees, I know it's done. So when you're cooking your chicken, it needs to be at 165 degrees. That's how you know if it's done. Once it gets to that point, take it out. It should taste perfecto. Now, another thing I like to do to make sure my chicken cooks as evenly as possible, I get one of these meat beaters and I flatten it out. I just whack it around a little bit so it just gets a little bit flat, a little bit more evenly distributed across the pan. It just helps the meat cook a little bit more, I guess, equal. I think I already said that. I'm repeating myself quite a bit today. But yeah, just whack it around a little bit, flatten it out. I'm not beating it so hard that it just gets flat like a freaking pancake. I'm just trying to even so it's no like big lumps in the chicken. So it just cooks as evenly as possible. Do the same thing to these. If you don't do this, you can still cook it fairly evenly, but what you'll notice is when you take it out of the oven, there'll be like half of the chicken breast where it's like the thicker part of the breast will be at like 145, with the smaller, flatter side of the breast that's gonna be at 165, 170. It just doesn't cook right if you don't flatten it out. It still won't cook perfect, but this makes it as good as you can possibly get it. Now for our seasonings, the only 3 seasonings I use on my chicken are this Kinder's buttery garlic and herb. I put some of that on there. It's fantastic. I put some of this seasoned salt on there and black pepper. That's the only thing you need. You use whatever seasonings you want on your chicken, but this is my 3-piece combo package right here. This is a freaking killer if you want to make some good old chicken breast. So I'm gonna throw this seasoning on here, show you what it looks like, and then pop it in the oven. And I gotta eat. I'm freaking starving, dude. One more thing I do, I make sure I spray some of this on my chicken just so it doesn't stick to the pan when I'm trying to take it out. So this is what we're looking like. Final product. I don't think I showed y'all this yet. No, I didn't. So this is what our chicken's looking like, man. It's just chicken breast. Ain't nothing fancy. All right, so the chicken is seasoned. The oven's at 400 degrees. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop my chicken breast in the oven for about 22 to 24 minutes. Just whatever time it takes for my chicken breast to get to 165 degrees. Then I'm gonna pop these 2 little breasts or these other 2 breasts on the stove top. There's no room in my pan. So we're gonna go ahead and pop these in here. Then I'm gonna log all this stuff, my breakfast, my lunch, my dinner, all the snacks I eat today into MyFitnessPal so you can see how many calories I'm currently eating to stay lean and get leaner, right? So let's show you what that looks like. Pop this in the oven and yeah, then I'll show you all my macros. And of course, I forgot to turn on my mic when I pressed to record on this section of the video. But there's my stovetop chicken with a whole pack of rice because I was starving. I'm not gonna eat rice for my dinner, but that was stovetop chicken. This is the chicken that I cooked in the oven. I got it up to 165 degrees, but it had been sitting out for a couple of minutes, so the temperature went down, but it was at 165 before. Now, this is our final product. We got all of our chicken. This is about 6 pounds of chicken, or 6.5 pounds of chicken, because I've already eaten half a chicken, or half of a pound of chicken. So for dinner, or I guess it was lunch, between lunch and dinner, I just ate 8 ounces of chicken, with a pack of that Uncle Ben's rice that I showed you. And the sound cut out on that part. But anyways, Each meal, I eat 8 ounces of protein. So 8 ounces of chicken for lunch, 8 ounces of chicken for dinner. So for a total of 1 pound over the course of an entire day. Now this is how I eat 90% of the time. I eat a pound of protein a day. Normally it's chicken. 90% of the time it's chicken. But every once in a while, I'll sub my chicken out for like ground beef or ground turkey, maybe some fish. Rarely ever fish. Normally it's just chicken or sometimes turkey. But I eat a pound of meat, a pound of protein every single day with some source of carb source, whether it's rice, normally it's rice, sometimes sweet potatoes, something like that, or regular potatoes sometimes as well. And that's pretty much it. Now I'm gonna put my macros along the bottom of the screen here, macros and calories, all that I'm eating over the course of the day. Just each meal, what my carbs, fats, protein, and overall calorie intake is looking like. And this is the amount that I'm eating to stay lean, to get leaner, and stay lean year round. I told you I'm on a cut, but even when I'm not on a cut, I pretty much eat the same thing. I may just eat a little bit more of it. So for you, depending on, how much you weigh, how tall you are, mainly how much you weigh, and if you want to get super specific, what your body fat percentage is at that weight. That'll tell you more closely how much you need to be eating as far as your calories and macros go. I appreciate you watching to the end of this video. If you did, I hope you leave some type of comment. Give me some feedback. Let me know something. Let me know what I did good. Let me know what I did bad. If you hate me, tell me you hate me. Tell me something. If you're trying to get jacked, I got some programs in the description of this video that's gonna help you get lean, get strong, get jacked, and just become a freaking animal. So if you want that stuff, check the description of this video. But either way it goes, I appreciate you watching, and I hope you come back to the next one. Let's go!